let's take a look at my brother's YouTube channel. He's got a couple videos here and there, you know, WZ-113 GFT being the most popular tank destroyer, E3, pretty solid vehicle, even with the PBR nerf, a little bit of less armor. Wait a sec, what is this? The worst tier 10 TD, Foch 155 review. Uh-oh.
Well, hello
Uh-oh.
there. The Blitz
Don't do my Foch
universe.
like this.
I'm Flossy. Is the worst tier 10 tank
No.
destroyer in
No.
Tanks Blitz.
No.
155.
No.
You're the worst. So that I can end the suffering and play a good tank this way. Oh my god, what is the 60 doing? Hello, 60 TP. How are you doing? I can play a good tank. Bro, what? Okay, guys. So yeah, this tank's armor is nothing special, and you can't really rely on it in the majority of situations, especially if you're going up against other tier 10 heavies. Of the... Yeah, clearly. Bruh. I get a bounce from that guy, too. Okay. Apparently the Foch is just OP, guys. Clearly. Oh, yeah. Everyone's bouncing me now. That's cool. Oh, yeah, guys. Oh, more bounces. You gonna bounce me too, E3? Or are you gonna just drive me? What are you doing, bro? What am I watching? What? 3,700 blocked, 6,900 damage dealt. Can't call the Foch bad anymore, bro. I don't even know. I'm actually torn, bro. What am I supposed to say? We'll make it like I'll just do like another video being like, is the Foch actually bad?
You can't call the Foch bad. I will force you to do well in the tank. It's great. I literally donated for Flossie to play the Foch on live stream, and he does 7,000 damage. And now I'm gonna showcase the true power of this vehicle by doing some live gameplay. Personally, I actually do like the Foch quite a bit. And while I do think it has a lot of downsides, I also think its upsides equally make up for those weaknesses. For example, it's got poor reverse speed and poor traverse speed. But it's got a great top speed and one of the best power to weight in the game, especially for a tank destroyer. So you've got bad, but you've also got good on the mobility. When it comes to the armor, very solid frontally. The upper plate's able to get bounces from the majority of standard ammunition, and if you're running enhanced armor on this vehicle, you can even get bounces from gold shells when it comes to mediums, certain heavies if you're angling properly. Pretty dang troll. Really, the biggest weakness for the Foch is the track wheels. Those are always going to be your Achilles heel. You shoot this tank in the track, you're going to be able to pen it. Thankfully, a skilled player will hopefully know how to work around that, and you try not to show your tracks too much, and you should be okay. Now, the Foch's major capability is a 500 damage gun, which can get out both shells in a very short burst of time. It's actually really dangerous in that regard, and it allows you to be quite a scary vehicle. So we have the enemy grill in front. There you go, one nice 500 damage shot into his vehicle. We're going to aim it on the grill again. There you go, another nice 500. That right there is a perfect showcase of the damage output this vehicle features, dealing 1,000 damage before the enemy was even able to blink. We're going to reload again here, and maybe we're going to be able to get some damage into this minnow. Here we go, aiming, and there's one easy shell into the Minotauro. We're going to reload again. This tank has very, very dangerous heat shells. Another thing that's very nice about the Foch is that not only does the heat have ridiculously good pen, but it also barely loses damage when loading heat to begin with, which is great. It means that you basically don't have any downside for swapping to gold ammunition. I'm hoping the 92E1 doesn't shoot me, which he doesn't. There you go, we get a nice 500 damage shot once into the 268, and there you go, we get the clearing shot for an additional 200. Already we are at a pretty solid amount of damage. Just shitting, yeah, okay. I don't know what to say there. I was gonna say just sitting shy of 3,000. We have a full health Kron, Leopard, and T92E1 left on the enemy team. Our T30 is making his way in, and we're going to chill right here, and we'll see if any enemy vehicles try to come down this road. Looks like the 50 TP might, so we're going to aim in right on his tank. There's a bounce, unfortunate, but as we went over, this tank has 2 shells, so I'm still able to get the 50 TP with my second shot taking him down all of his health. He is now one shot for the T100 LT, but our teammate low rolls him, so I'm going to let that T100 hopefully clear that enemy 50 TP. While this is going on, we are going to not be able to get a shell into that player, but that's okay. We're going to move up and see if we can get a shell into the Kron. Nice 534, and look at that. The armor getting the job done very easily. We finish off the Kron, and this has been pretty solid stuff so far. We are sitting at 4,000 damage, and in 10 seconds, we will hopefully be able to get just a little bit more into this T92E1. Again, the mobility on this tank is very good, so you can use that top speed, accelerate into position, and, well, maybe not hit that shot. Leopard's probably going to shoot the 92, and he's just going to keep on running, but I'm going to make sure that he does not get away as we slam the shell into the rear of his tank, finishing him off. 3 kills, 4,000 damage, and a great showcase of where this tank can feel solid. I mean, that mobility allows you to get super aggressive early game. And when you pair that with the fact that it does have pretty troll armor, we blocked just about 1,000 this game, which is good, judging that you only have 2,000 health. I mean, effectively, I had about 3k health this game when you add in those blocks. We did top on the team, and a pretty solid result. And I should actually mention I'm not even running enhanced armor, which I should be. So, yeah, not a bad first game at all for this vehicle. Let's get into one more game, see if the Foch can do as well. And I'm not going to say that this tank is the best tank destroyer, because it's not. There are a lot of vehicles like the E3, E4, Badger, which are a lot more flexible, mainly due to the fact that the Badger and E3 have gun depression, which this tank only has 5 degrees of, and the fact that they have really good hull down capabilities, where the Foch has a big hatch that's very easy to shoot. But the advantage of this tank is that you're able to use that speed, incredible penetration, and very quick burst damage to outtrade your opponents back in the cover and reload pretty quickly. That's the advantage, because there's not many tanks in the game that can deal 1,000 damage in 3.8 seconds. The 57 Heavy can, if you use Shell Reload Boost, but you're not going to have 400 millimeters of penetration. In fact, with Callion, you have 407 mils of pen. And next update, Calibrated Shells is getting a bigger buff, an additional 3%, so you're looking upwards of 420 millimeters of penetration with a vehicle like the Foch next update. That is insane. We can see here the mobility again, moving pretty quickly into position at 50 kilometers per hour. We're going to go fully wide here, and we're going to get right into this bush here. This is usually a good early game spot. We already have the enemy 57 Heavy spotted, and a very easy 460 damaging shell into his tank. Okay, not bad stuff at all. We have the enemy 50 TP also showing us his little lower plate. Unfortunately, the shell does not go where we want it to. But that's okay. We get a bounce, and we back into cover. So we haven't bled any health, and we've dealt 500. That's just free damage if you ask me. All right, we got 5 seconds left, and we hopefully will be able to poke this Badger without being spotted ourselves. Let's see. There's the enemy Badger, and we'll see if he pokes over here or not. Always going to be a tricky thing to figure out. Oh, Badger showing me a side, and there you go. Nice 550 damaging shell into his tank. E75 aims in on us, but guess what? We still won that trade quite easily. We're up to 1,600. Again, the double shot mechanic on this vehicle always means that you're going to have the advantage over usually whatever you're shooting at. So we're going to reload. We got 5 seconds to go, and we're just going to poke this corner again. We'll see what the enemy team ends up doing here. We got the 50 TP in front. There you go. 460 damaging shell into the 50 TP. Another 625. We back up from the Badger. He's not able to pen me, and we do have support from a BZ. So this is not too big of an issue right now. BZ is on reload. We have 8 seconds left. I don't know if we're going to out-reload the BZ, but it looks like the Emil also is going to have the ability to get a shell out. Not able to HE him, but that's fine. Oh, well, that's actually very sad. That's my fault, though. Kind of messed that shot up, I will admit. E75 is dead. Okay, well, we got the Badger over here still. And, oh, actually, we also got the 57 Heavy. I hate 57 Heavies, but that's why right there. The armor on the 57 Heavy turret is incredibly cringe and gets way, way more bounces than it deserves. And because of that, it can be an incredibly challenging tank to deal with. Thankfully, in 5 seconds, we will have our shells ready. And I'm going to make sure that this Badger is not enjoying our company all too much. Never mind. Well, you can see the one downside of the Foch. It is a big downside. The accuracy. This tank loves to miss easy shots. And it's a fact. I won't deny it. this vehicle can be incredibly troll when it comes to the gun. Thankfully, the other capabilities of the tank do make up for it, and we still ended up dealing over 3,000 damage this game. Definitely a little bit cringe though. Some of those shots should not have missed. That shot on the Badger, the shot on the 57 Heavy, both of those shots shouldn't have missed. The only one I'll take blame for is the one on the 50 TP. Either way, pretty solid stuff. Top on the team once again. 2 back-to-back battles. This is why I've always rather enjoyed this vehicle, is because when you're able to get it frontline, and you're able to outmaneuver your opponents due to that great top speed, use the armor to get some troll bounces, and pair that with a gun that has incredible levels of pen, and mediocre. I mean, the accuracy isn't the worst. It's .326, which means it's not actually bad. It's just, it takes a while to aim in. Its on-movement dispersion is pretty poor, so it can be tricky to snap shells. And as you saw on that Badger, I did have to aim in a while, and it still missed. So, can be a little bit troll, but that's what you're getting when it's a French shotgun. But I can tell you for a fact that when this gun works, it feels amazing. You saw that in the first game we played, you saw snippets of that in the second game we played, and you saw that in Flossie's game. So let me know what you guys think about the Foch 155 in the comments down below. Is this a good tank? Personally, I think it is, but it's obviously subjective to everybody's point of view. I'm going around 3,000 damage with 9 battles with an 80% in this vehicle. Not anything crazy, but it is my press account after all, so I'll have to play some more games to actually get an idea of how it feels currently in the meta. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.